Hi everybody, welcome to this general playthrough for Pro and Expert Division. Free video guide for the Conference Clash tournament here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Please remember to give me a thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. And if you're new here, please subscribe as well. It is totally free to do so. General wind conditions here. We don't know the wind directions yet as the tournament hasn't begun, but we'll give you an idea of how you may want to play some of these holes. And in fact, on some holes, we've given you two options, an aggressive route and a more safe route. So you can decide which is best for you according to the wind direction you have. Remember to tweak according to your clubs, balls and skill level. Timestamps in the video description down below. Here we go. I'm going to start with an aggressive option here with the big topper. Max top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right, and this is worth a go in my opinion in any form of tailwind or even crosswind, as you can see here. Stretching out, seeing that I can overpower by 2 rings to find my landing position. Adjust max plus 10. Here I do push back up to max, even though we get a weird replay glitch. But I can only push up half a ring, so I do in the end go with 1.5 to 2 rings of overpower. Important when you're using the big topper, of course, to try and hit perfect, which we do here. Obviously, if you've got high level Thor's hammer, you can play with that club as well. But the idea is we want to land in the rough and top spin ourselves out for a very easy eagle wedge. I kept getting the same wind angle on this hole in practice, so I've just had to use it to show you an approach on the left hand side. I would be doing this really for headwinds, so just going to include it all the same, but I do think the middle is the best option for an eagle, purely because of the second shot from this side. 3.5 bars of topspin in this wind angle. However, obviously in a headwind you will need 4 to 4.5. 3 bars side spin to the right as well. Max plus 10 is the adjustment on this one, and then going to play with a decent amount of curl to the right. Half a ball of curl in this wind angle. Did hit a minor great right, but it's still going to be absolutely fine, and we just want to go towards the end of this fairway, to be quite honest. We're going to be left with a short iron shot from here. So second shot here, as you will see, even with 3 bars of left spin available, it is very hard to get a consistent landing spot because of the slopey fairway. So I'm estimating my club distance as best as can, and I go 3 backspin, 3 bars side spin to the left. I play this one at 65% slider with 10% elevation. It is under adjusted, however, like I say, this is a tricky shot to drop from the left hand side. So if you can play down the middle, try and get yourself through the rough to the side of the green for an easy wedge, then that will be the preferred option. So I'm playing true club distance here, plus 10%. We do give it a decent look, but I just wanted to include this as an option in case you don't have the clubs or you don't have the wind angle to go down the middle. This par 3 presents a really good hole-in-one opportunity playing a rough bump with our quarterback. Here in this wind angle, I'm going with half a bar of backspin and 0.8 bars side spin to the left. And with the spin added, we then find the position, and you can see there is a little funnel, little sticky spot there where the ball guide doesn't really move around much. We want to send the ball up the back of the green, down the slope and into the hole. I like more crosswind angles for this rough bump, and depending on the wind strength you may need to use a different power balls. You may in tailwind hit the min line with the quarterback, depending what power ball you're using. The adjustment here though is minimum distance minus 5% elevation. Centering the ball and hitting perfect, and the idea here with this hole is you catch the rough nicely, and as I said, go up to the back of the green, and then you can see it funnels down nicely, and in this example here just falls in beautifully for a hole-in-one on this par 3. Hole number 3, now we've got a nice wind to deal with here, so I'm going with the APOC level 4. Top spin is nice on this hole because this fairway is actually pretty lengthy. So I'm going with 6 bars top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right. Max plus 10 is the adjustment on this one, and once I'm done I am pushing back up to max. Then we're going to take our shot, going with a little bit of curl to the right, but not very much at all. Hitting perfect, and we just want to bounce down the fairway and clear the tree. Now, it's surprising how many times you will end up with this tree in the way. We could have pushed that drive a little bit further, so I would recommend going with a couple of rings of overpower, to be honest. Make sure you get past the tree. Now, second shot, I've actually found, I didn't really mean to find it at all, but I do have a glitch roll here, which I can see now looking back at the replay. Unfortunately, I didn't notice that when I was taking my shot. So, I am going to leave this replay in here, rather than find another one, because it's using as a word of warning to you all. Just be wary of this glitch roll. I pushed up 10 rings from min, then I play it 25% slider, 5% elevation, because we do have a bit of crosswind. However, even though the adjustment is good, we do catch a speed roll here. So, word of warning to you all, should have played a little bit closer to mid-distance and played with backspin. You know, we didn't endanger the eagle, but we definitely don't want to be getting speed rolls like that. So I just thought I'd include that. There are two ways you can play this par 3. I'm going to show you a general approach on the left hand side. The best chance though is by playing the rough bump, and again for the rough bump I prefer crosswind angles, although you can dial it in any angle at all. If you don't fancy the rough bump though, then bounce up instead, and again use the slope to try and get your hole in one. In this example here I'm going with 0.2 bars of backspin. However, I did need a little click or two of side spin to help this one find the line into the hole. Blue ring touching a rough at the top of +4 with the sniper at level 10. You can try NMT here as well with the sniper, using different spin set, but gives you an idea of the best way you might want to approach this hole if you don't want to do the rough bump. Max +10, catching the slope. You see the ball will turn around nicely. Just needed a couple of clicks of right spin to get that one to drop for the hole in one on this par 3. Little hint of tailwind here, so I am going to go for it on the left hand side. Headwind, this hole does get a little bit difficult, and I would in that case play down the right side and then go for a sniper. But if we can, we want to play aggressively. 5.8 topspin, 2 left spin, and I'm aiming so that the second bounce is going to clip the rough over the water and then roll out. Max +10, push back up to max. And here I do need a bit of overpower, so I am going to go with that, and a little bit of curl to the left just to help this ball onto the fairway. So 1.5, 2 rings of overpower in this wind scenario. Obviously if you have more tailwind you do need to compensate, but we just want to bounce just before the end of the rough and then roll out. Anywhere around 350 to 360 is fine. Second shot, excellent chance with the thorn. I find the min line, I find the max line, and then I estimate my club distance. Here I am playing 36% slider, 10% elevation. We can use yardage notes on this hole as well, so if you are wanting to spend a token or two to get some dialed in certain wind angles, then it's a very good idea to do so. 1.5 bars backspin, bouncing on the fringe for a nice consistent place here. And judging the ball guide, obviously I've got thorn 7 on this account, so we want to leave the ball guide a little bit short. So I'm playing here true club distance, which in this case 36% slider, 10% elevation, and we are pulling of course over the bullseye. Then final part of the equation, hitting perfect, which we do, and this one we get a nice camera angle and we know it's going to be in or close, and indeed we get it in the hole for an eagle. A very long par 5 here, and apologies for the video quality. I've edited this down and it was from a very old live stream. We're going to go with a driver with the most topspin and distance. In this case, on my account, at the time it was a Thor's Hammer level 5. Max topspin, aims straight down the middle of that fairway, adjusting max +10, pushing up to max, and I'm going full overpower. The good thing about this hole is that the fairway is very wide, and you have got a minor, in fact a double great left and a double great right with my driver here. There's plenty of room, and we got this one down there for 493 yards. Now the second shot, I'm just playing for a safe eagle with an outside chance of the albatross. Play with the Cataclysm or the big dog. I'm going here with 5 backspin and 2 right spin. And you can see I'm aiming comfortably away from the bunker. Don't have much of a ball guide, but it's enough to get an estimate of where this ball is going to end up with the slope on the green. Again, max +10, and I go with half a ball of curl to the right, just to swing this one round towards the pin. I'm not playing for the albatross, just want to get it to green safely. Power 5 ball recommended, as this hole is extremely long indeed. But there you can see we roll down very safely, and we've got an easy putt to secure the eagle on this very long par 5 of Southern Pines. Four and a half topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. Any form of headwind, this is the route I'm going to take. We'll show you a send it option on the right hand side coming up. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here, and with the extra mile 7 and a tighten takes me into overpower, so I go with a little bit of overpower and outer wall curl to the right. This drive is still going to be okay. We're going to bounce over the rough and just roll up towards the top. If you've got more topspin, then of course you can play with a bit more topspin. Second shot though, really we want to be in line with a rough bump, so I didn't really want to go too far. If you go too far, you may not, of course, be able to play the rough bump. You have to play a standard bounce instead. So we are in thorn range here. So spin to the pin with the ball guide. And here I've estimated my club distance to be 85%. So I'm playing 85% slider, 10% elevation on this one. And I am, as usual with the thorn, pulling over the bullseye. And let's see how we do with this one. Speed is going to be good, I would think. We hit a perfect ball, but this one just ever so slightly over adjusted. Just needed to take 0.2 off this one. So reduce the slider a bit. 80% slider, 77%, something like that would have got us in the hole nicely there. However, tailwind, this is an option if you have 6 bars topspin minimum on your driver with a power 3 ball. It is a bit of a lottery shot, and it depends on the bounce and roll out you get here, but I'm going to show you something. So it is, of course, 6 topspin, stretching out, finding our position. I'm adjusting max plus 10. Then I'm pushing up to max, and I do have room to go with maximum overpower. Obviously, if you've got stronger wind, you do not need max overpower, or you could just not push up to max and go with a slower needle overpower shot. You'll just have to see what wind you're dealing with. Here we actually got a really lucky bounce, and we managed to topspin ourselves through the rough and the sand. Setting up with the basic ball because I don't want any unintentional side, and I'm going with just over 4 bars of backspin. Then I'm switching to a navigator, aiming here with the ball guide just going through the hole. Here I'm playing once again 1-on-1, so 5.7 in wind, giving me 5.7 rings. We make our adjustment, and then we're going to take our shot, hit perfect, and this is going to have a very, very good chance of dropping. Level crosswind on this one really turns this hole into a must drop. Right at pin. Beautiful hole in one. On this par 5 of Southern Pines, I almost always play a max overpower slice shot. I'm using a fixed aim point here, and this will vary depending on the wind angle that you have. So if you are going to play the slice, you really need to take a token or two and dial it in. Going with 5.8 top spin and 3 right spin, aiming at that tree on the left. I'm not going to adjust at all here. Like I said, it's a fixed aim shot, and we're going with a full slice, full curl, but not full overpower. In the end, I only go with 3 rings because I don't want to land too long. Full slice release, and you can see there that it bounces in the middle of the fairway and rolls down the next fairway. Now this is the route you want to go if you want to attack for the albatross. You can play with less topspin and go between the trees with the sniper, but if you've got the wind angle for it, then the thorn is my preferred play. I'm finding the max line here, doing a reference check as this was from a tournament, and finding min line as well. As a more general suggestion, I would say you play this one true club distance with 20% elevation. So I would have played this somewhere between min and medium distance. Now if you don't fancy the slice, play straight down the fairway on the left hand side. Try and get as close there to the end of the fairway as possible without risking the rough or the sand, and then use the big dog and play with right spin and right curl to swing the ball and control it onto the green. That would be an eagle play only, so it's up to you whether you want to take the time and dial in a slice. If not, you play out to the left-hand side for your eagle on this par 5. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.